Right, so we actually have an update to the SSSniperWolf and JacksFilms situation, and if for some reason you have no idea what that situation entails, let me just give you a quick update. So SSniperWolf is a YouTuber with 34.1 million subscribers, one of the biggest YouTubers on the platform, really, and as you can see by their content, they kind of, react to things. Now, there is a lot of reaction channels that do it quite well, but the reason why SSniperWolf gets so much criticism is because she barely adds anything to the videos. She actually only says, like, a few words every couple of minutes. And on top of that, she doesn't credit the people that she reacts to, but even further than just the content itself, SSniperWolf has done a lot of questionable stuff over the years. I mean, in old videos, SSniperWolf's kind of got dug up over the past few weeks or so, where she was on Omegle and she was talking to some people that looked pretty young, and she was basically saying to these people, oh, if you twerk for me on camera, I will get, like, my tits out and stuff like that. Just some really, really dodgy videos that were uploaded on SSniperWolf's channel, and that was still up there until like a couple weeks ago when they were found out and then she's deleted them. In fact, if we go to SSniperWolf's social blade, we can see how many videos she's deleted, and it's a lot, because on this day she deleted 15 million views worth of videos, on this day 7 million, on this day 115 million, and then on this day just a few days ago nearly 20 million. And to be fair, it's actually a lot more than that, because as you can see on these days here where she doesn't delete anything, she gets about 3 to 7 million views, so you've got to also add that on top of like the one she's deleted. Does that make sense? And the majority of these were older videos that don't have as many views as her current content, so it really does make you think, how many questionable videos has SSniperWolf uploaded that she had to take down? Because it's not just one or two, clearly. There are a countless amount of videos that have had to be taken down here. And YouTubers taking down old content isn't exactly, like, uncommon. I've deleted loads of old videos, but that's just because, like, I'm a bit cringe in them, and, like, my voice is, like, high-pitched and stuff. For SSniperWolf, I've got to think it's probably something a little bit different. But either way, getting back to the current situation, JacksFilms is a YouTuber who didn't really like SSniperWolf's content and criticised her over the years and actually decided to make a parody channel. The channel was called JacksFilms, got over 500,000 subscribers now, where he would just react to SSniperWolf's content and kind of give her like a taste of her own medicine almost. And in these videos he would criticise SSniperWolf, but he was never really like overly harsh. Like he wasn't like calling her names and shit. He was just basically saying like, oh, this content is very lazy, I'm going to credit the people that you didn't credit, and also pointing out some weird parts of a video where she would like replay the same clip twice within like a 30-second period, just so the video would be longer and get more ads. So yeah, it was criticism, but it really wasn't that harsh. But one person who did think it was harsh and thought it deserved a big reaction is SSniperWolf herself. Because SSniperWolf decided to show up at JacksFilms' house uninvited and post a video outside his house showing exactly where he lived for millions of people to see on her Instagram. Now obviously I've blurred the video, but the one that SSniperWolf uploaded onto Instagram is completely uncensored. She's recording, she's like zooming in on it and stuff. Like, it's absolutely wild behavior. And at the end of the day, she just straight up doxed him, which is so unsafe in so many different ways. Like, can you imagine someone just showing up to your house and showing millions of people where you live, especially to her fan base who know she has a problem with JacksFilms? So all it takes is for one bad person with bad intentions to see that post and think, oh, you know what, I don't agree with what Jack's been doing, let's, I don't know, like swat him or something. That's something we've seen happen with a load of YouTubers. I mean, there's countless of worrying potential situations that could come out of that, but SSniperWolf just didn't think she did anything wrong. In fact, days later, she was still posting on Instagram, just taking the piss out of the situation, clearly didn't think it was that serious, and she's got this one here that says, we show up to your house, what you doing? Again, clearly didn't think she did anything wrong. There was going to be no apology coming from SSniperWolf, let's be honest here, up until YouTube took action, confirming SSniperWolf has received a temporary monetization suspension per creator responsibility policies. Off-platform actions that put others' personal safety at risk harm our community, and the behaviour on both sides isn't what we want on YouTube. Hoping everyone helps this convo move to a better place. Now obviously in my last video I did give my thoughts on this statement. Very strange in my opinion, the whole like behaviour on both sides, as if they're both as bad as each other. I don't really understand it. And now at this point, because her money was now affected, she decided to apologise. I mean, I don't know that for 100% fact, and that's the only reason she apologised, but to me, that's how it seems. Even in this apology, she's still throwing some little, like, subtle digs at JacksFilms, like spelling his name wrong. She even says stuff like, I am sorry for reacting the way I did when I should have taken the opportunity to show young creators how adults and professionals resolve conflict by communicating directly, respectfully, and privately, not for views or content, but a meaningful example of how conflict should be solved. To me, I think this is a bit of a dig at JacksFilms, because obviously he was making content about it, so I think she's now throwing digs. Maybe I'm looking too much into it. But that's kind of where we left it off with my last video. That apology didn't really go down too well, and since my last video, SSniperWolf has posted on Instagram taking a different approach. And in this approach, a lot of people have said that she's just trying to like kind of play the victim, but what I've took from this mainly is that it basically seems like she's wanted to take a bit of a holiday before her monetization comes back. Please remember that in spite of our differences, different opinions, mistakes, we all struggle to do the best we can and nobody's unaffected by hate, insecurity and the pain it causes. I'm taking a step back, reflecting, learning, turning off the comments for a bit and focusing on my own mental health that has been on a steep decline the past year. Videos has been extremely difficult to film the past few months, so thank you for being patient with me. You never know what struggles people are going through, so please be kind and please try to remember I am a human and have feelings just like you. And look, I'm not trying to say that her feelings aren't valid or anything like that. I get it, this is probably a very stressful situation for her too, regardless if it was her fault anyways. And yeah, I mean, since the channel has been demonetized, it seems like the content has slowed down, because SSSniperWolf was uploading like pretty much daily at one point, and I was uploading like, here we can see like 9 days ago, 6 days ago, 4 days ago, 2 days ago. Still quite regular, but not as regular as she used to do, because obviously the reaction content, you can pretty much upload that daily quite easily. It really wouldn't surprise me if she had like 30 of these stacked up. I feel like that'd probably be the way to do it, right? If you were doing content like this, you could film like 30 in a day and then take a month off. I just feel like that'd be the best way of doing it. So it really wouldn't surprise me if that is the case, because like she said, she's taken a step back from social media. She has turned the comments off, as she said in that statement as well. And as we can also see from a most recent video, the videos are still demonetized. I saw some people saying that like they were monetized now, which to the best of my knowledge, they aren't. I clicked on a lot of videos trying to get ads and I didn't get any. It has still only been a couple of weeks since she got demonetized, so I would like to think that she is still demonetized, because if she was now monetized, that punishment would be completely pointless. So we don't know how long that's going to last for. We don't know if we're going to get any more responses from YouTube or whatnot, but one response that we have got recently is from Jax Films himself, who's given a bit of an update on the situation just a couple of days ago. And you know what? I saw some people on Twitter saying he's overreacting about this and that it's not that scary. Like, can you imagine millions of people knowing where you live, especially when the people who now know where you live are fans of the person who doesn't like you? Of course that is scary, especially when there's millions of people. All it takes is one to be a bad person who could do something bad and have bad intentions. Like, of course that's scary. And I don't blame him when he says he's considering moving, because I would do the exact same thing. I'd be paranoid 24/7. This is something that SSSniperWolf, to this day I believe, still doesn't really think it's a big deal. I don't believe that she thinks she's done anything wrong here. The fact she was still making jokes about it even days after it happened and didn't apologize up until she got punished for it, it makes me believe that she doesn't think she did anything wrong. And I mean, now you can see the effects from stuff like this.
I'm deciding on what to do with this channel and how to move forward, but in the meantime, there's something I'd like to try that's consistent with our mission of crediting the creators. So for the time being, here's my plan. If you're a creator and you're open to the idea of me watching your work live on stream, providing critiques and feedback and tips, then please send us your stuff.
So yeah, this is where he's going to be taking the channel, as he said. I think it's a good idea, to be honest, because it does match the theme of his channel at the minute. The big theme in these videos reacting to SSSniperWolf's videos is crediting the creators, because they don't get credited in SSSniperWolf's videos. So this could also be a good way of crediting some good creators, get their name out there. You're going to go on a channel with 500,000 subscribers if you want them to react to your content, and yeah, you could probably get a big boost if your videos are good.
Now obviously I'll shout out the creators. I'll link to them in the description once the series starts.
Actually, you know what's quite interesting whilst we're on the topic of crediting creators? I think SSSniperWolf has actually started doing that now. Or at least on one of the videos I took a look at earlier when I was trying to see if she was still monetized and whatnot. Yeah, so she puts the username at the bottom now, as we can see. So, I mean, at least she's took some of the criticism in. I mean, this could have been her initial reaction, like just start doing this instead of like going up to the bloke's house and putting it on social media. But look, if we have to give any bit of credit to SSSniperWolf, which I don't really want to do, I guess that's one of them. She's now crediting people, which is good, right?
And I keep saying try because I'm in a weird spot. I don't know what the future of this channel is. There's a lot of uncertainty. I can't stress how off things have been since the incident. But this is my literal job. I have to do something with this channel. So in the meantime, let's try this.
So yeah, I would love to know people's thoughts on where he's decided to take the channel. Obviously, we just heard him say, like, I can't stress enough how weird it's been since this whole situation's happened, which, I mean, I can't blame him. I can't even begin to imagine how shit it must be that every time you leave your house, every time you step out the front door, you feel on edge and you think, oh shit, like, someone could be here who has bad intentions, or just not even bad intentions, just the fact that anyone could show up to his house now and know exactly where he lives. Your home is meant to be your one guaranteed place for privacy, and SSSniperWolf took that away from him, and I think it's absolutely disgusting.
Again, we cannot thank you all enough for your massive support over these last few weeks, both on and off this channel. It goes beyond appreciation, and thank you all. And whatever happens, I hope to keep our message intact of crediting the creators.
So there you have it. That is Jax Phillip's newest statement about it. I think it's a good video. It's just a quick little 2.5 minute video, kind of saying what's happening next for the channel, but also giving some updates on how he's been doing. Also, I did see some people on Twitter reacting to this video saying like, oh, if he's so bothered about getting a different house, why doesn't he? He's rich, he can easily do it. I don't think some people realize how long it can take to like move house. Like if you're buying a house, the process can be very, very long, and just because you have a lot of money doesn't mean it can just happen within a day. And also, even ignoring that, no one should be put in a position where they feel like they need to move house due to something that's completely out of their control because someone decided to take away their privacy. I don't understand that argument for the life of me. And yeah, I would love to know your thoughts down below on everything that we spoke about in today's video. I would also love to know, like, how long do you think SSSniperWolf's channel should be demonetized for in a realistic way, right? I get that a lot of people will be like, forever, it should be demonetized forever. That's not going to happen. Genuinely, what do you think YouTube are going to do here? Do you think it'll be for like another couple of weeks? Another couple of months, a year? Doubt it's going to be a year. Doubt it's even going to really be a couple of months. I reckon it'll be a month in total from the day it was demonetized, but I could be wrong. I would love to know your thoughts down below. And yeah, if you did enjoy, please do leave a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and until the next one, I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, goodbye.